so full. Oh, listen. Paimon's figured it out. Let's think about this for a second, Gaming. You invited us to this awesome restaurant and ordered a whole... That would explain why you try to keep your...
Are you confused?
Huh? You know Shincho?
Well, when you're on the road as much as I, more often than not, that means knocking on some doors to find out.
Oh, you truly are a man of many talents.
Okay, enough with the teasing. Sorry to burst your...
What? Oh, Paimon thought she was...
My dad is just an ordinary tea merchant. Small scale stuff, you know? My dad... He always wanted me to inherit the family business. To be a merchant, but that's just not who I am.
Have you ever talked to him about it? You know, about your interests and aspirations and stuff.
Of course I have. I told him I wanted to be a wushu dancer. That I wanted all of Tevat to see what I could do. According to my dad, though, that wasn't a real...
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sure he thought I would come around eventually, but wushu dancing is always... One day, he tried to get me to visit some other tea merchants to start building the right relationships, but... in the end, I was so angry that I ran away from home. I haven't been back since. Don't get on my case just yet, okay? It's not like I think I'm completely without fault. No, I know that it wasn't the right way to go about things. But my dad's stubborn. No matter how hard I tried to convince him, it just went in one ear and out the other. There was no changing his mind. I knew talking would only get me so far, but if I made it big in Liyue Harbor, the results could...
Gaming.
But I'm sure you both already know how that's going. Wushu dancing's just not that big in Liyue Harbor. In the past, I would go door to door from store to store, asking if they would be interested in hiring a performer. Most times, I wound up eating nothing but humble pie. And you can't just rely on dreams to put food on the table, right? So I found a job as a guard to make some money. And now I have enough to get by and then some. Still, change takes time. Gotta take it slow, you know?
Paimon understands.
Okay, enough of all that serious talk. Our tea's getting cold. Ooh.
Actually, we kinda already have plans this afternoon. We told Xianyun that we would go to her kite-making workshop.
Oh?
Are you interested in kite-making, Gaming?
Oh, no. It's just that I happen to know Auntie Xianyun.
Do you not know who she really is, Gaming?
Oh, I know that she's an Adeptus. I met her during a delivery once. But hasn't she been in the city lately? She came to see me a few days ago to ask about luminescent dyes. Oh, wait a second. She doesn't plan on...
Is that not something you can do?
It's one thing to use it on cloth, but applying it to paper is another matter entirely.
Yeah, she does seem to have trouble with that sometimes.
It would be such a shame if everyone worked so hard on their kites only for them to get ruined in the end. Okay.
Great! The more the merrier! Ganyu! Ganyu! Come on, wake up! Some friends have arrived!
Hello, friends.
Ganyu!
Oh, I have some mint oil. Perhaps we should try that. A guest at Wanmin Restaurant recommended it to me. I've tried it. It's stimulative of... Apologies in advance.
Wait! Shenhe? Not this?
See? It worked. She's awake.
Are you okay, Ganyu? Do you need some water? Or maybe something to eat?
I'm fine. I just feel chilly all over.
Huh. Was it that effective?
Chilly, huh? Master always says a cool head leads to a calm heart. So, does this mean that heat's what we need? Paimon doesn't think that's what the expression means exactly.
I feel a bit better now. Was I asleep? Must have been around the time I usually take my midday nap.
Did you not sleep last night? That does seem to happen to you often. Perhaps you should come work at Wanmin Restaurant with me. We get off at 10 on the dot every night without fail.
I could never. I'm sorry. I seem to have missed your name. You are...
Me? My name is Gaming. I work as a guard for the Secure Transport Agency.
Gaming. The name sounds familiar. I believe I've heard your name mentioned around the Ministry of Civil Affairs. People tell me you're an extremely enthusiastic worker, and you are very generous with your help.
Well, you know me. Or, I guess you don't.
My name is Ganyu. This is Shenhe, and this is Yao Yao.
It's an honor to finally meet you all. Oh, you must be here for Auntie Xianyun's kite-making workshop, right?
Yes. I have neither made nor flown a kite before. As long as Master is willing to teach...
Me too! I want to participate in the kite. Plus, it's more meaningful if you make the kite yourself, right? Your best friend didn't come with you? Well, Chi-Chi's been super busy helping Dr. Baiju lately. Oh, I also brought bandages and ointment with me today. It's easy to cut yourself when working with bamboo.
Wow, you're really thoughtful.
As for myself, I'm afraid I lack some of my companion's enthusiasm. I was originally planning to buy a ready-made kite and just enjoy the festives, but Cloud Retainer is always going out of her way to look after her juniors, wanting us to have the best there is. It was so thoughtful of her to arrange this workshop, so I simply couldn't let such consideration go to waste. My motivation for being here might be a little different, yes, but I'm ready to put in just as much effort as everyone else.
Well, we're all here, but where the heck is Xianyun?
Who is it that speaks of oneself in such an ill-tempered tone?
Oh, come on! You clearly heard Paimon! Master stopped to buy grilled tigerfish to share with everyone. Come get... Oh, Paimon, sorry, Miss Illuminated Bird! Paimon always knew you were the smartest, coolest, and prettiest Adeptus. So delicious. Paimon's life is complete.
It appears that we've ended up with quite a few participants indeed. The materials are over here. The regular dyes and luminescent ones have been cleared. As for how to make the kite, one assumes you all made sure to listen to the instructions one provided while we were eating.
Paimon may have focused a little too hard on the eating and less on the listening. Paimon knew she could count on you, Traveler.
One will wait under this tree and avail oneself of the cool air while one digests. Do not hesitate to seek one's company.
We're not in any hurry to get started. Why don't we...
Hey, Gaming! Want to team up?
Huh? I have to participate? I thought I'd be done for the day.
You're that unenthused by kite making, huh? That doesn't seem like you.
No, it's not that. It's just... it would take too long to explain. I guess I'll just make one then. What shape should we go with? What do you think, Shuyu? Is there a particular design you want?
I want a swanee!
That might be a little hard to pull off.
True, but I still want to try. They're super cute.
Okay, it's decided then.
Shenhe, it would be great if you could refrain from putting things on my horns from now on. They're really quite sensitive.
I see. My apologies. I shall remember that in the future.
Thank you. No harm done.
Good. Could I touch them just once more, though? No oil or anything this time. I've just always wondered what Miss Ganyu's horns feel like.
Huh? Please, I told you, just call me Ganyu. Well, alright. Just be gentle.
Firm to the touch with no discernible temperature. Oh, not unlike certain medicinal plants I've eaten before. Oh, still, Ganyu appears to be shaking like a cat whose whiskers have just been touched. I should stop. I see. Then I'll apply the oil to your forehead next time.
Oh, no need. I'll just refrain from taking afternoon naps outdoors. Anyway, we should probably get started on our kite. Perhaps we should just choose the most traditional stuff.
Okay.
Well, they seem to be getting along swimmingly. Let's not disturb. Auntie Cloud Retainer, look! Am I doing it?
Very good. Your frame is nice and sturdy. This design is...
Yep.
One is looking forward to seeing your finished product.
What color are you going to make it, Yao Yao? I haven't decided yet. If I make it blue, it'll be more like my friend.
If you are asking for one's own opinion, when giving a gift, the key consideration is the recipient's feelings, is it not? One imagines you...
Oh, hey, I never told you the kite was for Chi-Chi. How did you know?
With age comes wisdom, child. One simply has a way of knowing things.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Auntie Cloud. I'm gonna start painting it gold right now.
Good. One will watch. You two seem strangely unoccupied. One was under the impression that one was supposed to be doing the relaxing.
We actually haven't started yet, but we're we're going to start, right now. We should get started on our kite now. Let's go. First, we have to decide on the shape. Hey, what are you laughing at? Oh, if nothing else, a Paimon-shaped kite could at least make sure you never... Maybe we're not exercising enough. Now, what expression should we give her? Since the kite is going to be flying super... It's too high! Someone save Paimon! She's about to faint! Like that? Since the kite is going to be flying... Oh, Paimon totally didn't do anything wrong! And even if she did, she doesn't... Now that we've decided... It's done! Now we just have to attach this...
All right, gather around, everyone.
Oh! Shenyun's calling us!
Let one take a look.
Wow! Ganyu and Shenhe made a scissor-tailed swallow! It's so pretty. Yep. The coloring makes it look a lot like Master. If the tail wasn't split in two like that, it might even be a spitting image. If you look closely, there are a few spots where the colors go outside the lines.
I did the painting. I stared at the paper for quite some time, but I simply could not recall the coloring of any bird. Except Master. Or should I say that I'm too familiar with her crane form? Even when she stands before us in human form, all I can see is blue and white.
Oh. Well, now that you mention it, Paimon can see it too!
Exactly. So I simply closed my eyes and painted from memory.
No way. You can paint with your eyes closed? Wow, the disciples of Adepti really are something.
You are most filial, Shenhe. One is flattered by the likeness.
The Swanee that Gaming and Shuyu made looks very majestic. I'm sure it'll look even more impressive.
The eyes and ears glow in the dark, so you're sure to see it at night. Your golden finch is cute too, Yao Yao. It's all thanks to Auntie Cloud Retainer's guidance.
What about your kite, Traveler?
Ta-da! Here it is!
Very Paimon-like indeed.
Why do you say that, Shenhe?
That one time the Traveler suspected that a piece of meat was missing from their bowl, that was the exact expression on your face.
Is that something that happened?
Is that the Jade Chamber?
Oh? Who dares attempt such a flagrant display of impropriety by Oh, and to do so by making use of this? Crude? One simply must know who it is that possesses such impertinence. Continue attaching the strings, everyone. One will be but a moment.
Cloud Retainer! Traveler, Paimon, Could I trouble you to go after Cloud Retainer?
Master's going to be okay, right?
I'm more worried about the person who released the kite.
There's wind up ahead! Looks like we can glide over! It's right there!
This Fontanian device of mechanical motion is quite curious indeed.
Now is hardly an opportune time for your musings. Someone among us was not sufficiently attentive, and now the kite has vanished.
Calm yourself. Do you have any recollection of its last location?
One believes it drifted in the direction of Mount Outsong. Perhaps it is mere happenstance, but one feels a certain sense of dread.
Your concern is misplaced, surely. Cloud Retainer is either in the city looking after her disciples, or secluded in her abode attending to her research. On the subject of said kite, however, one simply must remark on the genius of its windless...
Still thy tongue. If Cloud Retainer were to hear you profess such a thing, we can both say farewell to any further use.
One presumes that this kite belongs to you.
Huh?
Regard the situation with which we are now confronted. This is all your...
One's fault. One seems to recall that releasing the kite was no... Say something, Mountain Shaper.
Further explanation shall only fan the flames of her wrath. It would be better to stay silent.
We can hardly avoid her forever. That may suffice during Lantern Rite. But what about the moon?
Hello?
Go retrieve the kite.
Absolutely not.
That is not our kite.
Oh, so an adeptus such as oneself is mistaken then?
Ah, you're an Adeptus? Please forgive us for any impropriety. I truly possess no inkling of who could have released a kite into your esteemed domain. Pray, who could be responsible for such...
Verily, verily, we were but delighting in the surrounding scenery. This locale is home to such exquisite... mint! Well, and if that's all, then we'll just be on our way.
We finally caught up. You sure do fly